So in these seasons where we're waiting for God to respond to us, and things are perhaps not moving on our timeline, or we look at the world around us and we see so much that we need to pray for. Um, as someone who's so invested in a prayerful life, especially for intercessory prayer, praying for others, how do you persevere in prayer when it's hard, when it feels like you're not being your prayers are not being answered, when it feels like God may be distant from you, perhaps what Mother Teresa called a dark night of the soul? How do you persevere in prayer?
Well, I think this is where the early spiritual authors reminded us that the gift of intellect and the gift of affect have to interface with each other. And so part of this gift of intellect is memory. And Jesus, says, do this in memory of me. And that, Jewish understanding that you hold close in your memory the saving work of God, that God has done great things for the people that God loves, but that doesn't mean that it always happens easily. They got through the Red Sea with Moses, and then it was 40 years in the desert. And are we going to have quail again? Come on now, we had quail yesterday. Well, same old doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. But the reality is that as we advance, we have to be very deliberate and make choices to hold in our memory the immense love that God generously offers to us constantly, consistently. But it doesn't mean that Jesus didn't carry a cross up a hill and suffer. I mean, the reality is that we would like a kind of faith that eliminates suffering, grief, sorrow, sadness. And that's not what Jesus teaches us by his example.